Yo, what's up guys, it is Nader here, and today I'm back with another fighting game news for a month, and this time we're talking about June. Now, I don't think there was quite a lot of news that actually happened in June, but there was just amazing news, which is a big difference. Like, there was some stuff, but not a lot, but it was great stuff, so that's like the best news of all. So this shouldn't be a super long video overall, I don't think, but it could be depending, how long I guess I talk. But either way, there's going to be timestamps you want to skip to a certain section down below in the description if it doesn't show it in like the YouTube line thing or whatever. And yeah, let's just begin with the video. So the first thing we're going to talk about is going to be Street Fighter 6 because of Season 2 characters. The Season 2 roster is a little crazy. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the trailer, which I did see at Summer Games Fest live, was pretty insane. Just the fact that Terry is the first person they show, which is insane. So it's like CVS2 is happening, or freaking SVC, like what was going on? It gets your mind going. It gets your mind going a little bit, just a trailer. So the initial characters they showed was, the characters for the season are 4 characters specifically, which is it's kind of disappointing for some people because they were expecting at least 5, which I get it, but it makes sense because of the season. So first is Bison, then Terry, then Mai, then Elena. So summer, fall, winter, then spring. That is how they're gonna do it. And Bison actually came out June 26th, so that was literally a week ago, and he is really overpowered. Now, just talking about Bison now, he's amazing. Like his gameplay is awesome. It is insane. He's insane. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I have no gameplay footage of him yet, and I didn't even make a video with like my thoughts about him. But he's good. He's extremely good, extremely fun to play. They didn't go for the slow version of Bison in Street Fighter 5, which I don't think was actually not even that bad. Like, I think that one was fun too, technically. I didn't use him, but he had some cool gimmicks, honestly, even though he didn't really move fast. But they went back to classic Bison, and they did it really well. Like, I think he does more damage than Marissa, honestly. There's no point in using Marissa, which is kind of crazy to say, because she's like the highest damaging character, but he's just better. He's safer, faster, and he hits hard. So it's like, why would you use Marissa? So yeah, just overall, he's really cool design, redesigned everything, what they did with him, and yeah, just I can't say anything negative about him. He's awesome. And just the Season 2 DLC characters, just all of them, I think the only one problem I have is that there's 2 guest characters. I don't think they needed to add Mai, personally, to me. I feel as if they should have just did like another character for Street Fighter or whatever, in my personal opinion, but I get why they did it. Now, I think that's like, because some people are complaining. There are some people out there. They're like, oh man, if it should have been guest character. They don't know how important this is that Terry made it. Like, that we're actually getting that's really important. That means SNK and Capcom are actually somewhat cool. So it's kind of huge. But I understand like 2, like people wouldn't like that. Like 1's fine, honestly. I think 2 is too much personally for me. Like, I'm not gonna use Mai. I can tell you that now, personally. It's not just because I don't like her. Like, even they did Terrier and Geese, which would have been awesome too. Like, that would have been, I think, even cooler technically in a sense. But I think it's kind of just an overload that there is too, because people probably wanted other characters from just the Street Fighter universe to be the character instead, like Makoto, Urien for me personally, Younger Yun for me as well. Like I said, Makoto, Sakura, Dudley, Sean, other characters, freaking C Viper. So it's like, come on, dude, So like, I have no problem with there being guest characters, me personally, at all. But I see why from that direction. Like, why is there 2? Like, 1 fine, but 2, like, come on. Like, it'd be another thing if it was like SNK and Tekka. Like, say for instance we had Terry, then we had Jin or something. Then I think everybody would shut up. If they complain, I'm just gonna tell them to shut up. You don't get what's going on. So, but one's fine with me personally. 2's fine technically with me personally as well. But I can see from other people's point of view why 2's too much. But yeah, that's pretty much all the Street Fighter 6 news as of right now. Well, no, technically in a sense too, I should mention Akuma also came out in June. So if you think about it, you got just 2 new characters that just came out in June. So I can see why we're not getting the rest of the DLC for a very long time, which is kind of a problem technically in itself. But I just wanted to mention that too. Akuma did come out because he came out with Season 2. So technically, does that make him a Season 2 character? Thinking about it? No, I don't know. But either way, moving on to the next subject. The next subject we're going to be talking about is going to be about Mortal Kombat 1 with the Takeda teaser, I want to say. It's like 15 seconds. Not that long at all, but it's pretty cool. It shows like what he does a little bit. and you know his voice, and he's young Takeda. Everybody thought he was gonna be older because the visual just in the trailer when they showed him, he looked kind of like he had crow's feet and stuff. So it's like, dang, he looked kind of old. But no, he's young Takeda. So I wonder how they're gonna do that for the story then too, or if there is gonna be a story for him that's actually relevant to the main timeline or whatever. But either way, it's only 15 seconds of him playing, you know, throwing stuff out and just doing a combo. He does look pretty sick. Like the initial combo starter, it's meterless, so it's like, what? Some characters don't even get that, so it's kind of interesting to see that. And he didn't even need a cameo, so I'm like, whoa, you know. So that's kind of cool. Like he actually is doing some cool stuff without meter and a cameo. So yeah, and that's pretty much it for MK news, technically, in a sense. Like there is, well, Homelander did come out June 2nd. We still haven't got Farah yet, I believe correctly. We have not gotten Farah, so she will come out, I'm assuming, in July sometime. So that's pretty much it for MK. Moving on to the next subject. The next subject is going to be the biggest thing probably we're going to talk about today, which is going to be Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Game Collection. Marvel vs. Capcom is free, but not just Marvel vs. Capcom 1 or 2. X-Men vs. Street Fighter, Children of the Atom, and even the Punisher game. What, man? No one even saw this coming. It happened in a Nintendo Direct. I remember I was going to work, and I'm like, oh, I'm excited to see the Nintendo Direct. Like I was driving, you know, going to work, pulled out my phone, and I saw, and what, you know, like it's back, and then freaking the collection for some of the games. There's like going to be 2 realm versions, so it's going to be the Japanese version and the English version, and there's actually the patch version. If you use the English version, it seems like, and the JP is just completely not patched, so you can do infinite stuff like that. So that's really exciting too. So there's 2 ways to play if you want to, and also the characters that were like bosses or whatever, or you had to hack to play, you can just play them. What is going on? This is huge. This is insane. This is probably the most insane thing for fighting games probably this year, if we're being honest. Like, this is huge. This is a win. This is the hugest win ever. This also means that we might even get a CVS collection or something, or CVS or SVC collection. I want that. I want that more technically, in a sense, because I like SNK a lot. But Marvel being free is just because the only way I could play the freaking Marvel 2 is with my Xbox 360. That's the only way I could play it. And X-Men vs. Street Fighter, I had to use the arcade cabinet. So this is just insane to me. This is insane. Insanity. And this happened at a Nintendo Direct. And the Nintendo Direct, by the way, happened June 18th, I believe. So Nintendo Direct. But not Evo. So what I'm thinking is, because there is no release date, they're probably going to get the release date on Evo, most likely, or maybe somewhere later down the line at another Capcom event or whatever. Because today, technically, in a sense, the summer Capcom event happened for just 3 games, but probably either at Evo or a Capcom event, most likely. All I can say is that the possibilities for just games coming out now are just, it's infinite, especially with the Street Fighter things, and this is infinite. SNK and now Marvel. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen anymore. I don't know. For the fighting game, Capcom stuff, I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm excited though. Like, could you imagine if Third Strike, like Iron Galaxy Third Strike comes back, PS5 version or whatever? Insane. Like, there's no need for it technically because of the other collection, but what if they did it? There's so many things. Mainly the big thing is CVS 2, honestly, collection, or maybe like a Rival Schools collection. Or, okay, let me come. Next section. So technically, in a sense, we're not even done with Marvel vs. Capcom news, because Max is actually modding Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, and it's going to be called Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite Beyond, and making just the game better overall. With cell shading, changing the characters just a little bit, not too much, but just a little bit, and just making the game overall look pretty. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm excited because I'm actually one of the very few people that actually enjoyed playing Infinite. Like, gameplay wise, I thought it was fun. I think the Power Stones were kind of a little too OD sometimes, but it was fun. Like, I think it was generally fun to play. Now, granted, they did miss the X-Men. That hurt me really badly, because I'm gonna be honest, replacing the X-Men with the Guardians of the Galaxy, I didn't mess with it because I don't really like the Guardians at all personally for me. But they added Jeddah and Monster Hunter and Venom, so I was like, yeah, that works for me. Like, yeah, that works. So I was content. Now, seeing this passion project makes me feel there's a lot of hope, because what if they do this for other games? Not just Max, but just other people in general, other content creators do it for other fighting games. So I'm really excited for this, just in general. I actually haven't bought Infinite on PC yet, but I'm planning to, because I do want to try out the mod, because there's a 4v4 mode that they're adding. Like, you know how goofy and fun that's gonna be, dude? Like, yeah, that's pretty much it for to talk about right now, because I think I was still working on it. It's gonna be some more tweaks and stuff around them, and they're still learning how to mod the game properly, but it definitely looks a lot better. So I'm really curious what the final product's gonna be, and just how overall what it's going to look like, the character roster, the main menu, and just everything they're gonna change about it. I'm really excited for that. Or even if they're gonna like change the visuals for the story mode, that'd be kind of funny if they did. I don't know. But that is pretty much it for MVCB or MVCIB, because MVC Beyond, or is it MVC Beyond or is it MVC Infinite Beyond? I think it's just Beyond. Either way, I'm very excited for it, and that's pretty much it. We're moving on to the next subject. Now, the last subject we're going to talk about is technically not a fighting game, but I've already talked about it before in the FGC Fighting Game News for a month. And I'm gonna be honest, everybody's gonna play it, dude, and it's gonna be Sparking Zero. And besides, there's nothing else really to talk about. It's literally just 4 games technically this month. So Sparking Zero. Now, this bad Mema Gemma had 3 trailers. There was the trailer that happened in Summer Games Fest, and there was a trailer that happened just later down the line for just a showcase of the modes, and a third one which was just Sword versus Fist, which is characters with swords, and then, you know, fists. Now, all the trailers were amazing. The announcement trailer was the one that showed at Summer Games Fest, which showed the release date, which is coming out October 11th. And if you get the Deluxe Edition or Ultra Edition, you can get it 3 days early, so that's amazing. They also showed a lot of other things too in these trailers, which, like, say for instance, not the story mode, but not story mode technically in a sense. It's just like replaying the saga of everything. You can make different decisions. Like, say for instance, Raditz shows up, like beginning of Dragon Ball Z. Raditz shows up, right? And then Piccolo goes with Goku to fight Raditz. You can have Krillin go instead and get a different outcome. So I'm really curious how this can work. Like, for instance, they showed Vegeta actually killing Krillin early in like the Saiyan saga. So he went Super Saiyan. So it's like, what? So I wonder what other reactions are going to happen too. Like, I wonder if Goku actually kills Vegeta in that saga as a different outcome. I'm really excited for that actually. So, because, like, if you play Budokai Tenkaichi, you play the story mode repeatedly over and over and over again. So this is like a fresh paint, technically, in a sense. So I'm really curious what ideas they made with it. So, yeah. There's also a Mario Maker mode that they're technically putting in this game, where people can create, like, certain matches or matchups and have different intros and stuff like that and difficulty settings. And I'm not gonna lie, that has infinite replay value, technically, in a sense. This game is going to be replayed over and over and over. This game's gonna sell amazing, because if that's the way how people think it is and how I think it is, you can have so much fun with this game, dude. They're gonna make a lot of money off of this game. That's really exciting. And then they actually are adding a local play to it, this game, because at first they weren't, but since people talked about it and like, hey, come on, we want it, we actually got it. Now you can only do it, fight people and local in the hyperbolic time chamber, because certain maps probably would be kind of hard for them to figure that out, because I think even in Raging Blast 2, I believe, certain functions did not actually work properly for local, because there was like a thing where you can smack them down on the ground like cracked or whatever, and you went lower. If you did local, that didn't work. So I understand how it's kind of hard to, because especially when you shoot a key blast in a building, it actually goes the exact proportion of the building. Like, if it's the side of it, it's the exact side that's gone, not the full thing. So they worked really, really hard in destruction of the game. So I understand completely. And maybe we'll get more maps later down the line that actually works, or they'll figure out how to do it. But right now, it's just hyperbolic, and I'm perfectly fine with that. So it's looking pretty good. The game is looking really, really fun. Actually, there is one more topic to talk about, which is Hunter x Hunter Nin Impact. I almost missed it because it's really small. It's just 3 characters that are showing up in the game, like new characters, which is Bisky, Machi, and Uvgin, or Uvgin. It's been a while since I watched Hunter x Hunter, I'm sorry. But Bisky is I think is actually kind of but I will say the cool thing about Bisky is that they gave her an install to her adult mode. I actually thought they were just gonna make that a super, but no, she actually has combos. You can turn into it and do some stuff. So that's actually kind of cool. I'm kind of surprised they went in depth with that. It actually looks not that bad actually too. Now the next character, Machi, I will say that she actually does look kind of cool, because she can bring the opponent back and forth, because I think she has like a string status effect thing that she can add to the opponent and just take them back and combo them. So I actually kind of dig that. I wouldn't necessarily ban her if I played the game, but it's cool that they actually did that. And then Uvgin, I think it's been a while since I watched Hunter x Hunter. He kind of reminds me a little bit of Captain America and Hulk and Nova for some reason. I think it's just because the moveset and how they did, because like he has like a thing where he swipes the ground and raises it up a little bit, not like just the ground goes up, but it's like it just reminds me of Hulk's level 1 type of thing where he brings the earth up. So that kind of reminds me of, honestly. Obviously he's a power character, he's a power type ninja person, so it makes sense why he has that. Not gonna use him because I never did like him either too, but it's cool that they're adding these characters. I'm surprised he made it, you know? I'm genuinely surprised that he's making it in this roster, and the roster's really small, so yeah. But that is pretty much all the fighting game news that happened in June. It was not a lot, but it had some of the most important news, like freaking Terry and Mai coming to Street Fighter 6, like what? And Bison coming out really early, like what? And then freaking Marvel's Capcom being free and being in a collection with Marvel's Capcom 1, 2, X-Men for Street Fighter, and freaking Children of the Atom. What are we talking about right now? And Punisher's in there too, which is strange in itself, honestly, too. So, just a great month, honestly, for fighting games. Not a lot of news, but great. And Evo's going to even have more, so I'm really curious what they're going to show for Evo. But, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and with that being said, I hope you guys have a great day, night, noon, or whatever time period you guys got, man, and I'll see you guys in the next video.